We've got a lot of, appreciate you. Let me click, got it there. We got a lot of new faces hopping on this agency, and I haven't met all of you, but I would like to. You know, if you haven't done a three-way call, maybe with your upline with me, I'd like to for them to reach out to me, or you reach out to me, and I'd love to talk to you, introduce you to to maybe some of the other managers and the leadership of the organization. And we've got a lot of different things that are popping off when it comes to pushing agents towards success. We're now sitting at the first. One of the first things that we do when we have a new month that comes up is we place out our 20K trackers. Now, if you haven't been paying attention to Workplace, we've said to do that. How many of you see the instructions that we throw in Workplace, but just kind of like don't know what to do with them, and you just kind of ignore them? Yeah, don't let that be a habit. Make sure that you know exactly what we're talking about when we're putting out instruction of what you should do, what the expectations are. Don't just sit and be like, okay, well, I don't know what that is, so I'm not going to do it. Everything that we tell you, every expectation that we lay down for you is important to your business, important for success. You know, everything that we're instructing is something we've done or are doing already. And so in order to maintain consistency in your business, these are the things that it's going to take. So we've got to get up and get moving. November 1st. How many of you put your trackers in your thread today? Oh, I got some hands. Oh, it looks like the power producers are raising their hands. Ain't that something? You know, so make sure that you guys get that done as fast as you can. Without clear vision, you're not going to have a clear path to whatever goal it is that you want to hit. And some of you are like, well, I don't know if I have a goal. You know, I'm just coming into this deal and I want to see if it works. Maybe I'm dipping my toe in a little bit. You know, I don't know exactly what to do, but I'm going to listen to what you guys tell me to do. You know, that's not confidence and certainty of what it takes to be successful in this business. So you've got to make sure that you guys are certain. You need to have a clear path. Get with your upline to figure out whether it be 5K bronze partner, 10K silver partner, 20K gold partner, 30K platinum, 40K diamond. And, you know, shout out to Kim Glass going platinum. I think she's going for diamond this month. Shout out to LaTanya Parker going silver partner. Shout out to Gifty Davis, broke out 2 new levels last month and then this month. She hit 10K last month, and then in October knocked down over 20,000. That's what it means to level up and go after what it is that you want. And that's an important. All right, Lake, you got it in here so I can share my screen?
Yes, sir.
Buddy. Let's do. Look, you know, this is how you know that I have not been in the field in forever. All right, let's go to my desktop. Screen. Share.
Ancient wisdom.
Bro, you have no idea. All right, from current, we're going back. Let's go over the leaderboards. Monthly GT top 10. We've got number 10, Jared Leifert at 13,405 AP. Number 9, Diane Crump, 13,440. Number 8, Chris Beret, 13,442. Number 7, Nelson Alvarez, 14,125. Number 6, Zach Rudebeck, 18,399. Number 5, Gifty Davis, 20,167. Number 4, Claudia McDonald, 20,575. Recall on 20 there. And by the way, you're going to see here in a minute, she pays her business getting it done. Number 3, Lake Savage Bella Vance, 24,533. And number 2, Kim Glass, 30,393. And number 1, Mark Spear, $45,667. GFG, Guetterman Financial Group. Let's go. Yeah, let's do that. Managers. So if you guys are striving to build your business, we're definitely looking for managers and leaders to step up. This is our managers leaderboard on base shops and hierarchies. GFG managers, which is base shops. Number 9, Alvarez base, 40,165. Number 8, Usry. That's Micah Usry, 52,719. Number 7, The Lifers, 59,565. Number 6, Sarge, 60,269. Number 5, Savage, 60,255. Number 4, Harris Base, 61,967. Number 3, Spear, 91,000, should be a comma, 784. Number 2, GT Base, 96,772, and Foray Base, 123,124. Hierarchy, Alvarez Hierarchy, 118 apps, 105,546, not bad. Number 3, Harris Hierarchy, 64 apps, 122,237. It looks like some IUL, Savage. Number 2, Foray Hierarchy, 200 applications, $298,081. And the organization did 533 applications for 657,750 Dole hairs. And we've done better. I expect better. We can do bigger. We can go better. We can go better. TLG Fall Incentive, December 8th and 9th. We're going to Asheville, North Carolina. Me and Dana got tickets for those qualifiers to tour the Biltmore House with us. So right now, yeah, I got you, Lake. I saw you squinting. Here's where we're standing as far as issue paid October. Mark Spear, number 1, 25,675. Gifty, 15,874. Van, 14,187. And Claudia, 13,369. J-Rod, 11,733. Diane, 99.21. Kim Glass, 99.02. Lake, 97.92. It's super close, man. Like if you guys step up this month, obviously the policies that you wrote in October, you've got some that are going to roll into November. You guys step up in November. It's anyone's game. So y'all keep attacking of what you guys need to do to get there. All right. A positive mindset costs you nothing. A negative mindset costs you everything. You can't go into any situation with a negative outlook and expect to get any positive result. Most people have an unwavering mindset of mediocrity. Like you guys understand that there's a separation of percentages of income of what people have within the United States, right? Most people have an unwavering mindset of mediocrity where they just get complacent with what they have and don't ever push themselves to gain anything else. The ability to thrive some of the time, but holding on to the ability to veg out and perform at really low levels most of the time. While using excuses and blaming circumstances the easiest path in life, they keep their quality of life bound within tight limits. Maybe not the most fulfilling, but it's definitely the easiest path. I could say that. It's very, very safe to think that way. It's the choice most people make because it's just easier. Only few will recognize, develop, and seek knowledge. They'll leverage time, energy, and money to create a life that most dream of, but will never sacrifice to get. It's few. It can be every single person. It truly, truly can, but it is few. They take personal responsibility for everything that happens because of them, not to them. It's the choices they make along the way that lead them to every obstacle. It's a hard road, but they know that there is no growth without risk. With each obstacles they overcome, they become tougher, smarter, and resilient. I hope y'all start practicing these habits to create resilience in your life. The great news that it's always a choice. Like from wrong to right, to left or right, blue or green. We all choose our mindset of positive or negative, and it's definitely a chosen path of up or down. No matter how you look at it. And I get it. We have a lot of things that come against us or circumstances that we have to overcome, but emotional reactions are just that, reactions. And whatever we're facing, you know, me and Nelson were talking about this the other day. It's okay to get frustrated. We're human, right? It's okay to come up to an obstacle and maybe it stopped us in our tracks because we didn't know how to overcome it. We didn't have the perspective, education, or wherewithal to jump right through it. That's okay to have a frustrated reaction, but you can't stay there long and you have to go into problem-solving mode as fast as possible, whether it be perspective, instruction, or just dang near motivation. That's what you need to push through it. So when I say set a timer, don't let an obstacle take you out the game for hours, for days, for weeks, for months. You know, I've seen it happen to agents where they just are like, they go into a deep spiral for hours, for days, for weeks, for months. Truthfully, set yourself a timer on your natural reaction and give yourself 10 minutes. But what do I do at the 10-minute mark if I still feel the same? Call me. Call your upline. You know what I'm saying? Call the person that's going to help pull you out. That's what a team is all about. 92% of independent agents blow out of this industry. Guys, that's a limmer statistic because they're by themselves. They're out there trying to do this deal on their own. You know, the reason the team atmosphere works so well is because we have each other. You have your growing upline to lean on. We have each other to pull us through obstacles when we face them. And sometimes it just takes a little perspective to overcome them. Failure will be required in both choices of success or staying right where you are. Mindset towards failure will yield the outcome of your choice. Mindset is always a choice. How you react, how you feel, and what you change it to. We fight hard with tenacity, unwavering belief, a level of focus and commitment now so you can reap harvest later. See, I hope that you guys are all here a part of this system. So you've created a vision or a dream of what you want your tomorrow to look like. Maybe your next week, next month, next year. Maybe you have a 5-year plan. Maybe you have a long-term 10-year plan. Whatever that vision looks like for you, what you set out to do right now is going to determine that tomorrow. And sometimes we make deals with today to change what we wanted our tomorrow to look like because it's just easier. I've seen it happen a lot for the years where people make deals with themselves. You know, it's we want to create a life worth living, no doubt about it. Give yourself, your family, and your friends someone to be proud of. You know, that was something for me when I started in 2011. You know, I just got done training the UP10 over the last 30 days. They got to know me and who I am and how I started over the last few years here. And, you know, it's just when year one happened, guys, I had every problem that most new agents have, right? Change. I had to change who I was. I had to change my environment. I had 2 babies at the time and a wife who was, had her husband that was always around. So then I wasn't, right? And that created massive turmoil within my household. And we all had to figure out that change together. That's what it takes to be successful. Communication and positive communication, guys. But I did it. And there's one statement I always made. I said, I know it may not feel like it, or it may not feel like I'm moving forward right now, but I'm going to continue to do this and I'm going to be great at it. And I'm doing it for you. I'm doing it for my kids. I'm doing it for our future. Y'all realize I started out in this business with negative dollars, with a 450 credit score, 3 houses lost, 5 cars down, everything gone. If I can do that unwaveringly and getting in a car and driving to appointment, 5, 6, 7 days in a row, there's no reason that you can't get up and just attack 150 dials a day to ensure that your family's future is solidified with quality. See, it doesn't matter your age, your race, your gender, your education. We've got all of those qualities validated and rounded out with success within this industry and especially this team. It doesn't have to be lonely at the top. So many can choose. God gave us all a gift of free choice, and I choose that gift every single day. I choose. That's why I love being self-employed, because I love the ability to challenge myself. I love not being told that I have to wake up at a certain time, but I choose to wake up at a certain time. I love not being told that I can't get in my car tomorrow and drive to the beach, because I'm going to. I love these things where I could just pick up and go whenever I want to, not ask for time off or, to go to the bathroom or take a 2-week vacation. I love being self-employed, but with that gift, I have to have discipline. I had to sacrifice up front in order to be able to receive that gift. Understand that quitters never win. Winners never quit, ever. Rich is not a quick solution. It never will be. It's a consistent focus. In order to get ahead in this business, you have to double up on your investment to get back ahead. We set that timer on frustration and negative, any negative emotion that we have. We double up with more leads, double the lead flow, double the dials, double the sets. Take a look back and always self-reflect and take an inventory of what your activity looked like over the last 30 days. If you didn't hit your goal in October, every one of you should be counseling, not text counseling, verbally counseling, Zoom counseling with your growing upline to ensure, and we're not going to chase you down. This is a misconception about being a part of an agency. See, we aren't a State Farm. I want you to all know that first. Nobody's holding you accountable. You have to hold yourself accountable. We're not going to chase you down on a daily basis to ensure that you woke up and you started making dials. We're not going to have a Friday meeting one-on-one with 274 people to ensure that they needed the help that they needed to get. That's not how this system works. This is a system of you have to want it more than we want it for you. And believe me, when we tell you we want it bad for you. So we double up, more leads, more dials, more sets. When you slip back a little bit and you start to double up and you go hard and you sacrifice some time, it starts to even out. Panic and negative emotion won't help. We have to stay cool. We have to stay calm, stay collected, stay confident. This business does have ebb and flow. We have to keep our mindsets accountable to what it takes with those ebb and flows. What's ebb and flow? Do you understand how most businesses work? If you look at Fortune 500 companies and you look at their sales, right? Every business is sales, right? Their sales go like this. But with a positive mindset, you're still going to have the ebb and flow. But when you look back 5 months, your low tick was higher than your previous low tick because you're growing in skill level. You're growing in the business. You're growing through education and you're applying knowledge. I've never seen a linear company. And y'all realize like you all have your own company. Never seen a linear company. It's always on the way up, right? Don't make your attitude a variable of missed production and opportunity. The two things you can control in this business is your attitude, your perception, how you perceive things, how you react to things, and you can control it. I understand reaction of emotion, but if you have control over that, you don't stay there long. And if you stay there over the last conversation into the next, you messed up that one. And you didn't give the same opportunity to that person that you should have, could have. That's how important it is to be able to control it, team. So don't make your attitude a variable of missed opportunity, missed production. Know what it is that you guys are working towards. Are you just paying your bills? And I get some agents who are just like that, man. I just want to get by. I just want to be able to pay my bills. I just want to be able to live. I just want to be able to be comfortable. Or are you thinking about something bigger? Depression and anxiety sets in when a goal isn't gaining your attention. An idle mind is the devil's playground. Idle hands creates the devil's work. Like I'm telling y'all, when you guys are sitting around doing nothing or not focusing on your business, that's when your business starts to slip. Stop baiting yourself and start battling within the work towards the goal. Gold, platinum, diamond, double diamond, EDC, triple diamond, DM, RM, VP, SVP, partner. These should be your goals. And they're absolutely obtainable with persistency and consistency right here. Some people are like, oh, what's consistency? Consistency is mundane. Consistency is complete control over every one of your thoughts. See, we do have targets when things feel like they are starting to turn, right? And you start feeling negative momentum in your business and your personal production. Turn towards someone that can help bring you back. Turn towards your upline. Have a genuine conversation with them and express how you feel so we can set the timer for you. Because sometimes we forget. Y'all know I repeat things a whole lot, right? Like constant repeat, always on repeat. For 13 years, repeat. But I know it's needed. I know it's needed, because we have to pair it, man. We have to tell people, we have to remind people, because it's so easy to get blinded by emotion that soon we forget what the actual goal was. All right. Turn towards someone that can help bring you back. Lean on your leadership. Optimism is the magic to momentum. Mindset over circumstance. I teach on affirmations, since 2011, when I started interviewing high-level producers, it was affirmations that started to get me through my game. Because y'all got to realize, like, where I came from, like, I lost everything. Like, and I'm not saying you have to be at rock bottom in order to succeed, but a lot of leaders are, because they don't have anywhere else to turn. And they know with a strong mental attitude, they don't want to stay there. So it was like do or die for me. But it's hard to forget what happened, and facing more frustration and more losses, on top of so many losses, it was tough for me. What got me through my business was daily affirmation, daily talking to myself of how I know I'm good, how I know I'm the best, how I know I could push this, how I know I sure as hell can learn this, because it's not hard. The only thing hard is the consistency of schedule. That's the only thing that's hard. Phone script, easy. Objection handling, super easy. Maintaining a positive mental attitude, even through the last a-hole conversation you had, is the hard part. How do you do that? Put on your steel helmet. Put the mental block up, and you just move on to the next. Move on to the next. Pay attention to what successful people leak out, man. I had an agent I was talking to tonight that's coming up. I'm like, okay, hey, you gonna be on there? I want you to hear what I have to say. And he's like, oh man, I've got an appointment, or I got this thing to do. Is it recorded? Sometimes we record, sometimes we don't. Within the 8 steps, if you guys have the foundation in your business, the 8 steps of success, you guys should be setting that foundation, and you shouldn't miss things. You shouldn't miss training. Pay attention to what successful people leak out. Y'all should be like, when we go to conferences, y'all should be like just getting around the top producers and trying to pull out everything they got, asking questions. I love the 30K mindset call, but sometimes it's only a select few of you who are actually asking questions on there. Y'all should be wanting to pull out everything Nelson has, Mark has, Lake has, the Leiferts have in their head. Y'all should be wanting to pull everything out of them you possibly can to get where they are. That's what it means to hang on words and paying attention. Guys, they let their secrets slip, man, when they're talking. Try convincing yourself first through affirmations every single day. Speak your goals into a reality every single day. Write them down and verbalize them. It's important when we are trying out new lead systems, things like that, that you have to learn how to do them, but maintain the balance of getting back to the basics of what you were originally taught. I'm kind of speaking to my top producers here on this one, because they're constantly trying new things and getting into new systems. We're constantly rolling out and beta testing new systems, but it's important that we continue to stick to the basics. What got us this far? Tier 1, aged, right? We MP got us here this far. Some of you, like I started in the FE market. If anyone ever wants to tag the FE market, like I did FE for like 3 years straight, did it at a high level, 30 to 50K a month in the field, going house to house. So you could always do that. It's something you can do during the day. Make sure that your lead flow is there. Massive activity outweighs talent and resets momentum. That's important to know. When you lose momentum, massive activity outweighs talent and resets momentum. Guys, you can outwork literally any problem you have in this industry. And man, have I had some problems. It ain't always gold at the top. It ain't, like the big, y'all know Puff Daddy, right? Puff Daddy said, more money, more problems. That's what he said. I was like, what does it even mean? I was like 20-something years old. What does it even mean, man? Like you make money, it all goes away. No, that's not the case. More money, more problems. There's truth to that. And he would know. He got billions. 3 pulses of a productive agent. Leaders, I want you to hear me out on this one. 3 pulses of a productive agent. You always check the pulse of your organization, right? We'll go over our pulses of our organization, but the pulses of any productive agent that you should check when you see them slipping, right? You go right to them. Attitude. Are they positive? Are they confident? Investment. Are they scaled up to the level that they want to achieve? Because they get stuck sometimes, Nelson. You know it. They get stuck on that, bro. Like 150, 150, 150. But I want to be a 10, 20K producer. 150, 150, 150. Don't let them get stuck. Check that pulse. Number 3 is activity. Regimented schedule with activity intended for productivity. 150 dials a day, 3 to 4 sets daily. Where you at, Chris Bray? I saw Chris Bray post up his dials. He was at like 136, 3 sets. I was like, yeah, baby. Like, I love it when y'all post these up. By the way, I'm watching. Like, I'm always watching. Like, I'm watching. I got 176 chats that I'm watching. All of them. So when y'all are posting these things up, I see it, man. And I'm cheering you guys on. I'm cheering you on throughout the day to see, like, that's the work that it takes. Like, you guys heard Tanya Parker on the call. Tanya went through my UP10, not in October, but the month before, and she got the basics, the ground, the building blocks for what we do. And then over that month, she decided to escalate along with Nelson's encouragement and Terry's encouragement. She escalated her business to 150 dials a day. That's what you have to do to win at the first level. Will I always have to do 150 a day? No, you can buy back your time. You can buy it back, tier 2, tier 3. But you've got to invest that time up front. You've got to put it in order to gain the knowledge, the work ethic, the understanding, the perspective. You have to put it in up front, 150 dials a day. However you want to do it. I love Claudia's interview, man. Claudia's interview yesterday on our UP10 was absolute solid gold. And she said, listen, I can't sit down for 4 hours and dial. I can't do it. But here was my compromise. I'll just put in 15, 30-minute sessions, then go do something for myself. So intentful. Bam, go do something. Come right back to it. Bam, go do something. Come right back to it. And then she was knocking out not 150, 200 dials a day. That's how you guys win on a massive level. So for those of you coming in here thinking you're going to do something with your 20 to 30 dials a day, think again. Think again. If you want to raise up through the ranks, and man, are we looking for you? Yeah, we're looking for those who have a hunger for better. We're looking for those to break levels. The culture of this agency is one of those that everyone should be making 6 figures and above, and everyone can. Every single one of you absolutely can if you put that type of work ethic in, gain the understanding, have the cash flow to invest in tier 2 and tier 3. Is game on from there. Right? It's the game we play, and I want every one of you to play it with us. Now, what happens in 2 and 3? Do we let go of 1? No. Go back to the basics. Stay with the basics. Continue to move within the basics and put the work in. How do we have agents that push 40, 50, 60, 70,000 a month? They never let go of that 150 dials a day. Skill level, massive activity equals and yields massive productivity and an income that blows your mind. 4 pulses of an agency. And we'll give about 10 minutes of questions if you have any. 4 pulses of an agency. And this is what I have my leaders look out for. Number 1 is conference attendees. Those who attended our boot camp, we know your head is in the right space and you moved mountains to get there. If you were unwilling to move mountains, you might be unwilling to move mountains for your business and your success. We have conference coming up, probably hadn't got the date yet. I'm pushing for the date. I always try to get it from them, but I think it's going to be in March. So it won't be January, February. It'll be March of 2024. When it does come, I expect everyone to be there. Move mountains to be there. This is how we gauge our successful agents, and you will see those who do not attend are never successful with us. Never. And that is a capital Never. Never. Never seen it happen. Never will. I can guarantee you that. Matter of fact, I got a proposition for you. If you think that you don't have to attend and you make 100K with us, I'll give you a $10,000 bonus. That's how confident I am that you will never be successful with us without attending conferences. Number 2, agents on leads every week is what our managers are looking for. Number 3, systemize agents, agents engaged and communicating. And number 4 is the final pulse, which is just annual premium. Guys, if you line up all 3 of those other things, you are attending conferences, you are coming to meetings, you are engaging, communicating, you are tri-fail adjusting, the premium will come. It's inevitable, but you got to want it. All right. Y'all can unmute. If you guys have any questions, heck, we got us on, we got Mark on, got Nelson on, other leaders on. Do y'all have any questions or any follow-up of anything I went over? What's up, Diane?
Just trying to get my hand up there. Yeah, so I am following all of those paths and I will continue to do that. But what is your advice as far as my problem is keeping the up with my pending issue?
Okay, first and foremost, and I'm going to say this to everyone on the team. Number 1, y'all stop writing Foresters. I said this to my leaders. Foresters is having a big underwriting problem right now, and they're saying they're going to fix it, but they have not fixed it. Your go-to is going to be Americo, Mutual of Omaha, and CFG. When it comes to term, when it comes to ULs, Mutual of Omaha, IULE. You can write Foresters Children's Whole Life. You can write Foresters Plan Right. You can write Foresters Accidental. Stay away from their term for the moment.
Okay.
Okay. Now
and why is that?
They've tightened up on a new Milliman report and they don't know how to react to it.
Because I know that's funny because I'm going through that right now.
Yeah, I got you, man. So just pivot to Mutual of Omaha or America or CFG. CFG is super easy. If you guys call up the CFG underwriters, you actually get to talk to their underwriter. And if they give you the green light, you can put that underwriter's name on your application, send it right to them. They'll approve it if you go over the case with them.
Okay,
so
I need Mutual of Omaha.
They're super cool to work with. Foresters at the moment is working through some kinks on how to understand new reporting. And they're not using what I would call common sense on some things. So for now, I'm telling y'all to pivot. Now, trust me when I tell you they're back on track, back on board, and we know they've fixed some things. Got you. I'm gonna tell you, go back to Foresters because they were our number one at one time. Like, I love Foresters and I still do. You know, I love Bruce. I love Foresters, man. You know, they do great things for the community and for agents. They really, really, really do. And they've got competitive product, phenomenal product. But a phenomenal product doesn't mean squat if it doesn't issue. All right. So outside of that, Diane, when it comes to pending and things like that, that'll tear down it a little bit more, especially if you go through a company that does instant issue, like Mutual of Omaha's instant issue. Like, they'll tell you right then and there. Right? Foresters does not. Like, they're going to tell you yes or no as soon as you go through Mutual of Omaha. So will Americo. All right. So that'll cut down on pending a whole lot. But if you still have it, a precursor within your appointment is to let your clients know, you know, that to stay on top of, make sure that you're going to be following this through all the way to issue pay to ensure that their family's taken care of. You know, if you could, make sure you stay by your phone, you know, just be super persistent. If I have any follow-up questions, I want to make sure that we get this to the insurance carrier as fast as possible. So just use that as a precursor within your meeting to get things going through. Okay.
Okay.
And do your diligence. You know, I'll give shout out to Claudia. Claudia, over 20,000 submit, issue paid 14,500 of it this month. Rest of it, I guarantee, will issue pay in the next month because she wrote a lot this week. Why does she do that? Hey, Mark, why is her issue pay so high? Tell me.
Because number one, she gets all the information required by the client, okay, and double checks that. Then she calls her upline every single time, and without fail, she wants to make sure that not only does Insurance Toolkit give you, you know, it's a tool to use, but she'll say, this is what Insurance Toolkit uses or says. What do you guys think? Should I go with that? You know, so she's constantly on every single case design, checking with upline before she pitches to that client.
Every single time, without fail, much like her upline. Yeah, man. Just be thorough within getting everything you can from the client. You know, sometimes they're not going to remember some stuff, which is why I like the instant decision apps with Americo and Mutual of Omaha so much, because it pulls it. And when we get Prosperity for FE in place, Mark, I learned this today. When we get Prosperity, they actually have a signature line where you're allowed to see the medications that pop up in their report.
Oh,
So you're going through the e-app and it tells you, well, we're being held up because of these medications right here. So it tells you right off the bat. That's going to be cool.
that's beautiful.
Trey, what's up, man? Trey Brooks.
Hey guys, what's up?
What's up?
Trey Brooks here, direct to Aaron. It's same topic on the making sure stuff is being issue paid and stuff sticking. So one, you guys just touched on how to make sure that it gets to issue paid. Two, after it does issue pay, how do I make sure that in those first 9 months, I'm not getting chargebacks?
Good question. So we have the 5 steps to placement and persistency. If we've done that training probably 3 or 4 times in the last year, so I could tag you on that. But the most important thing, Trey, is once they get the approval, is calling them, congratulating that they were approved as applied for, and that the premium is going to be coming out over the next 3 to 5 days. Just a reminder to them. And then, you know, keeping it on the books, just following up with them every quarter, just sending a text to them, asking if they need anything, if they have any questions or anything you could do for them. Those kinds of actions are more than 90% of agents will ever do. You know, as far as life insurance, it's that customer service and that support that they're looking for. And just being that kind of agent, when you follow up with them, you're going to trigger their minds like, oh, wait, you know, I want insurance on Joey or Sammy or my nephews or my grandchildren or my children. You know, being there and just having that small touch every now and then. You can set up with workflow. You can set up with Zepo to send out emails. You can send out texts, things like that. But if you have it regimented within your schedule, then you should be sending that out anyways, you know, with your clients that are issuing. And if you're tracking your business, which I got my boy Spear over here going over tracking next week on Wednesday Winners on how to utilize Excel, understanding, Nelson, you're going to like this, how to understand Excel and manipulate Excel, how to track. He tracks personal production, agency production, issue paid personal, issue paid agency, and he tracks his building with it as well. So he's going to be going over all that next week and teaching you guys how to be efficient trackers as well, utilizing Excel, understanding it and how to manipulate it, how to work it, how to do all of it. So that'll be next week. But that's a way to do it, Trey, man. I don't lose track of things because I track things. Everything. So when it comes to your business and keeping it on the books, number one, when you're doing the great upfront job of getting them to like you and trust you, and you fit it within their budgets, you're not going to have that problem, especially with mortgage protection and life leads. It'll be 10% or less. I'm not saying it's going to be perfect. You will, y'all hear me out. You will have people that charge back. You write 30,000 in a month, expect 2,000 to 3,000 to fall off. You write, oh, this is a big one, Mark. You write 30,000 over 4 or 5 months, expect 3 to 4 apps over 4 to 5 months to fall off. Oh, but I'm living my life on those issue paid apps. Check to check to check. And it hurts when you only do 30 to 40,000 over 4 to 5 months or 6 months. When that first one charges back, but I was expecting that $500 a week. Come on, man. We're telling y'all to fill your pipeline. Get all you can get out of this deal. Go 30K a month, not 5, 6, 7. You're going to get the chargebacks in 5, 6, 7. I don't know what month it's going to be, but it's coming. The numbers be the numbers. There is not 100% issue, 100% persistency. Never seen it. So you work through it. All right. Does that make sense, Trey?
Yeah, that makes sense. I have another question too.
Shoot, bro.
So let's say we submitted them to Foresters and we have to pivot to a different product altogether. Let's say like a final expense product. How do I make that transition? How do I make the transition more smooth since we're changing products?
So we're running to the first one and we get that initial decline on whatever it is. Like, well, we're talking about the one we're dealing with right now, right? You go in for a term product, she's diabetic, and then we find out it gets declined. She's like, oh, wait, I'm on gabapentin. Right? So that's the pivot and say, hey, this is why we kind of ask for everything up front to ensure that we can get the most costly product for you, right? We want to make sure that we're putting you in the right product for your family. Now, when it comes to diabetes and gabapentin, that's something they call neuropathy. And a lot of these companies, man, they will absolutely turn you down for neuropathy, but we're not a one size fits all. We've got the product for you, and it's one of our most popular products. We call it mortgage payment protection, and we might actually be able to save you some money with this concept. And then we move into the only carrier that you can write with neuropathy and diabetes, which is Transamerica Standard. But it's packaging, Trey, and being able to attack it immediately. I know that we're getting your Transamerica product through, and you have to wait on it. But once you run into something like that, again, it's not going to be the last time, man, because people sometimes forget. But it's that pivot within conversation, and you move into positive, like, hey, this is not that big of a problem. We've got a product for you. It's a great product. Matter of fact, it's one of our most popular products we have, which is mortgage payment protection. And you move into what that is and why you sell it and why people love it. And then you lay down the 3 options of maybe it's 9 months, 1 year, year and a half. And you let her pick again, out of these, which one makes more sense for your family? How much time do you want to buy them? She says, that one, perfect. Let's go back into this application. And you just write it right there in the spot. Sometimes that's going to happen. And maybe you didn't show the accidental up front, and you could always tune in with mortgage payment protection if she can qualify, right, up to age 70, and pivot over to Mutual of Omaha accidental as well, and say, along with this, I know you still want the large face amount. If something were to happen, you're still super young and relatively healthy. You're out there driving still, so let's put an accidental policy in place. That way, if you're out driving or you get into an accident and something like that happens, you still have the large face amount for your family as well. And you complement that MPP with a Mutual of Omaha accidental policy. Or if you don't have your health license yet, which you should, y'all go get your health licenses, you can write Americo's ADB up to age 65. Good questions though, Trey. Anything else? Anything else I covered? Anything I went over? We've got to get excited about this month. Y'all know that Thanksgiving's on the 23rd, right? We're one day down. Who wrote insurance today? Who took advantage of today? Anybody?
Claudia on the board.
All right. Claudia did. Take advantage of every day you can because it is going to slow down on the 22nd. I'll be the truth for you right now. It's going to slow down on the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. Plan your time off. I'm not saying you don't have to sell. Matter of fact, when you get around your families, love the ones you're with. Make sure that people have protection. But as far as getting a hold of people, it's going to slow down. Y'all better speed up right now before the stop sign comes. Y'all got me, right? I'm telling you to press the gas, you're on the Autobahn, but the stop sign's coming at a certain point. Y'all go as fast as you can right now. Get all you can. Y'all should be tracking 20K by the 15th and grind it out. And y'all should be excited about this opportunity, man. This is one thing I think the whole team's missing. I'm glad I got you all right now. I think the team's missing excitement, the dream, the vision, the desire. Y'all need to figure out what it is that you want and attack it. I have vision for this team. I have vision for what you guys want to get after. I have it for you, but I can't only have it for you. You got to want it for yourself. You guys got to want to get after it. And you can have as much as you want. 20K, 30, 40, 50K, 60K producers. You can get out there and get it as much as you want. Is there going to be sacrifice with that? Faux show. No, you can't watch 6 hours of Netflix. I'm sorry. You guys have to want to get after it, okay? So that's what I got for you tonight. I'm proud of what you guys did last month. I'll be posting up those leaderboards. It's a tight fit. It's a fight, man, for the Built More contest. Y'all know I run contests. For those who've been around me for years and years and years, I love to give back to the team. And I've always run contests for the qualifiers. And I love getting around people from either ridiculous dinners to go-karts to golfing to just other excursions, going to the beach. We go do things because I think it's important to get around winners and hang out together. And I'd love to give back. There's other leaders that don't give back, and I don't understand that. But I'll always give back to those who give it to themselves. If you guys go after it, you guys are going to win things. And you guys are going to get to hang out. And the bigger we get, the more people get to hang out. It's a percentage. Like I got a calculated formula. The bigger we get, more people get to hang out. All right.
Nobody's hit the 20K, Aaron, yet, right?
They should have, but no.
New agents, you got to hit 20K. Let's go.
20K.
You're going.
I made that one easy for y'all. But Aaron, it's 20K. Yeah, I made it easy for y'all.
You did it, Tanya. Tanya's going to do it.
All right, let's get it done. Y'all come hang
I got you.
All right. All right,
Hey,
y'all get
Aaron.
excited. Yo, what's up now? I heard you.
Just want to make a comment. When you were talking about the Excel, someone on the screen, I didn't catch the name, was saying they're working on the same thing, a tracking system. Just want to caution the new people. The first thing you should be working on is phone script. Second one is actual objection handling. Third is your presentation. If you're doing any of this clerical stuff, stop it.
Right.
You've got Mark, who's #1 at this and has years of experience. So the way he tracks is in alignment with what we need. Let somebody who's mastered these clerical type things teach you rather than spend time learning figuring out how to do it yourself. Stick to the basics. You line them up, we'll help you knock them down, but don't get trapped doing this administrative stuff. Make as much money as fast as you can, as early as you can, and let the people that have been around show you how to track it. And then maybe after that, you can enhance the system. But right now, the system works really good the way it is. Just make some money. Wouldn't you agree with that, Aaron?
100%, man. Trackers are there to smooth out a feeling of being overwhelmed. You ain't overwhelmed unless you're writing applications.
There you go.
Y'all go get overwhelmed and give yourself something to be overwhelmed about with so many policies in the system that you don't know what to do with them. And then let us help straighten and smooth you out.
I'll have it set for Wednesday winners anyway next week. It'll have all the tabs. We'll go over it all the way from personal production, agency building. It'll all be together on one Excel, and that'll be it. You don't need anything more than that.
Mark will
That's
share it.
fire.
So
Thank you,
you don't
Mark.
have to you don't have to develop it. You don't have to think about it. You're about to be given it and shown how to use it.
Awesome.
That's the game. Plug and play. Now, where to plug, y'all go play. Y'all call me if you need me.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Aaron.